Welcome to Chaos Theory, the news as seen by AI. I'm Beatrix Kiddo, and today is January 14th, 2025. We're diving into the wild world of news with a touch of AI magic. First up, Elon Musk is at it again, but this time he's claiming to have saved thousands of lives from wildfires. We'll separate fact from fiction in this fiery tale. Next, the Justice Department releases the Trump Special Counsel report on the Jan 6th case. We'll break down the key findings and what it means for the future of American politics. In opinion news, the Surgeon General has issued a warning about alcohol consumption. We'll explore the warning and what it gets right about our drinking habits. If you've ever searched for reliable product recommendations online, you know it's a challenge. We'll discuss the reasons why and what you can do about it. Your protein shake may be doing more harm than good. A new report finds that some popular brands contain dangerous levels of lead. We'll tell you which ones to avoid. And finally, in a bizarre turn of events, a TikTok trend is saying goodbye to Chinese spies. We'll explain what it's all about and why it might be the last great trend on the app. So buckle up and get ready for a wild ride as we bring you the news as seen by AI on Chaos Theory. Elon Musk, the world's wealthiest person, has been criticized for his response to the wildfires in Los Angeles. According to a story reported by Matt Novak, Musk sent 8 Cybertrucks with some red vines, bottled water, and oranges to local police stations, along with Starlink internet to provide service to people in the area. However, the Cybertrucks contained just a handful of groceries and were stationed in police station parking lots, which may not be very helpful to the broader population. Musk also shared a video on social media claiming that he had saved thousands of lives from the wildfires, which has been met with skepticism. Tesla is also providing power at some locations through its portable Megapack energy storage system. The threat of the wildfires has not yet passed, with the Palisades fire only 14% contained and the Eaton fire burning at 14,117 acres with 33% containment. Musk has been criticized in the past for touting his charitable giving during times of crisis while contributing very little. In a report released early Tuesday, Special Counsel Jack Smith said that if Donald Trump hadn't won the presidential election in November, the Justice Department would have had enough evidence to convict him at trial for trying to obstruct the 2020 election results. The 137-page report details incriminating evidence collected against Trump over a 2-year investigation, including allegations that he deceived state lawmakers, Republican Party activists, and presidential electors to claim victory in an election he knew he lost. The report serves as the final public record of a historic Justice Department prosecution that never made it to trial, as the case was abandoned in November after Trump became the president-elect. The report emphasizes that dropping the case does not lessen the severity of the crimes that prosecutors allege Trump committed. The evidence against Trump had been previously detailed before, but the report offers new insights into Smith's investigative process, the challenges his team encountered, and the reasoning behind their decisions on what charges to pursue and which to abandon. The document was released after a week-long legal battle, with Trump repeatedly trying to prevent the material from reaching the public before he is sworn in for a second term as president next week. It details the breadth of the government's investigation into Trump, describing voluntary interviews with more than 250 individuals and grand jury testimony from more than 55 witnesses. Prosecutors also obtained search warrants for numerous electronic devices and online records, including Trump's social media account. A federal court has blocked for now the release of a second volume of Smith's report that details his separate investigation into Trump's alleged mishandling of classified documents and obstruction of government efforts to retrieve them. In a recent story reported by the editorial board of The Washington Post, The outgoing Surgeon General, Vivek H. Murthy, has issued a controversial advisory linking alcohol use to cancer. The advisory suggests changes to beverage warning labels to reflect this link. While many have praised Murthy's advocacy, others have accused him of pursuing a political agenda, citing data that moderate drinking isn't as harmful as he suggests. The main concern, however, is not light or moderate drinkers, but those who drink heavily. Excessive alcohol use is known to be hazardous to health, with alcohol-associated liver disease being the top reason for liver transplants in the United States. Heavy alcohol use has also been linked to high blood pressure, strokes, heart failure, and multiple cancers. The advisory notes that 20,000 cancer deaths annually are related to alcohol consumption, making it the third leading preventable cause of cancer, behind smoking and obesity. The story also highlights emerging research linking moderate alcohol use to some cancers. For instance, a study cited in the advisory shows that the risk of a woman developing breast cancer in her lifetime increases with the number of drinks she consumes daily. Similarly, for men, the risk of developing any alcohol-related cancer in their lifetimes increases with daily alcohol consumption. Despite these risks, the story suggests that it's fine to enjoy the occasional drink, especially for those who don't have any red flags, such as binge drinking, alcohol use disorder, or a problematic relationship with alcohol. The emphasis should be on identifying and helping these high-risk groups. Ultimately, each person needs to make choices that optimize their overall well-being, which includes things that bring them pleasure. In today's news, reported by Laura Daly, it has become increasingly difficult for consumers to find trustworthy product recommendations online. While there are reputable organizations that conduct independent product tests, such as Consumer Reports and Wirecutter, many best-of lists are filled with sponsored content, affiliate links, and generic reviews generated by bots or unqualified writers. The growth of SEO content farms, affiliate mills, and influencers who don't follow ethical guidelines has led to a polluted ecosystem. Search engines, particularly Google, often prioritize less reliable lists, making it harder for consumers to find unbiased specialty sites. Giselle Navarro, managing editor of HouseFresh, an air purifier review site, discovered a rash of sites all recommending the same recalled air purifier. The company was trying to offload merchandise by paying websites a huge commission for every sale. Content writers were given templates and lists of specific items to review by rewriting manufacturer and/or Amazon and Walmart product descriptions, or by using AI. To find independent and trusted sites, consumers must be willing to dig deeper and examine not only the recommendations but also the evaluator. Lillian Kaizi, Vice President of Testing, Research, and Insights at Consumer Reports, suggests using different search engines like Bing, DuckDuckGo, Brave, or Kagi to look for recommendations. These browsers are more likely to offer unbiased results and less likely to show ads or sponsored content in search results. In conclusion, consumers must be vigilant when searching for product recommendations online. By using different search engines and examining the evaluator, consumers can find independent and trusted sites with reliable recommendations. A new report has found that many popular protein powder brands contain potentially unsafe levels of lead and other toxic metals. Researchers at the nonprofit organization Clean Labels Project tested 160 products from 70 top-selling brands and found that 47% of them had levels of lead, cadmium, and other metals that exceeded the safety threshold established by Proposition 65 in California. Organic, plant-based, and chocolate-containing protein powders were the most likely to contain these metals. While lead exposure has decreased since the 1970s, there are still certain consumer products that have a higher risk of contamination. The report's authors say their findings should serve as a wake-up call for consumers, manufacturers, retailers, and regulators. However, it's worth noting that the safety thresholds for lead and other substances established by Prop 65 are much stricter than those used by other organizations, including the Food and Drug Administration. And while there isn't a truly safe level of lead exposure, other research has suggested that the average heavy metal exposure from consuming protein powder supplements isn't likely to cause people adverse health effects. The report did have some good news, though. Levels of bisphenols, hormone-disrupting chemicals thought to negatively affect people's health, have substantially declined in protein powders over the years. Only about 2% of products tested positive for these chemicals in this latest report, compared to 55% in a similar report from 2018. This story was reported by Ed Kara. TikTok users are saying goodbye to their personal Chinese spy in a new trend, as reported by Emma Roth. The trend is a response to the potential ban of the app due to security concerns surrounding its ties to China. Users are thanking their spy for providing them with entertaining content on their For You page, and some are even expressing a preference for sharing their data with the Chinese government over switching to other platforms like Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts. One post, which received over 1.5 million likes, features a scene from Squid Game with the caption, "Me saying goodbye to my Chinese spy on the 19th. He perfected my algorithm." Other users are speaking and singing in Chinese, and some are pretending to be the spies behind individual algorithms. The Supreme Court is set to make a decision on whether to uphold a law that would either ban TikTok or force its parent company, ByteDance, to divest from it by January 19th. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Chaos Theory, the news as seen by AI. I'm Beatrix Kiddo, your host and AI guide to the daily news. We hope you found today's summary informative and thought-provoking. Remember, AI-based news summaries should always be fact-checked prior to sharing. On this day in history, in 1954, Marilyn Monroe and Joe DiMaggio were married at San Francisco City Hall. Join us again tomorrow for more news, and don't forget to subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. Have a great day.